This is Jason with Strength Running, and I'm about to go for a trail run out here near Boulder, Colorado. You might be able to see Gross Reservoir in the back, but I wanted to do some quick Q&A before I did. I just got a question about cross-training, every runner's worst nightmare, but if you're going to do it, let's make sure that you're doing it effectively so that it's benefiting your running as much as possible. So the question was, can I swim? Is swimming good cross-training for runners? And so I think first we have to recognize what cross-training does for runners, particularly aerobic cross-training like swimming or pool running, cycling, the elliptical, those kinds of exercise. And first and foremost, it's an extra form of aerobic exercise. So it's going to give you a little bit more endurance, just like if you were to go out for an easy run. Now, the thing about swimming is that it's not very specific to running. It's very different. It uses mostly your upper body, and so it's not going to challenge your body in a similar way to running like a sport like cycling will. So for me, if the goal of the cross-training session is, for example, boosting your more running-specific fitness, then I'm much more likely to get on the bike to do some pool running, or if those aren't available, I'll get on the elliptical just because I find that really boring. But even though you're not getting a real specific endurance stimulus with swimming, that doesn't mean swimming doesn't have a place in a runner's training schedule. There's all kinds of other things that swimming are great for. For example, it is going to give you a little bit more balance so that you are going to develop a little bit more upper body strength and be a more well-balanced athlete in that regard. The other thing that's really great with swimming is that if you're doing it at an easy intensity, it can be phenomenal for recovery. And that's because you're in the pool, the water does have an extra recovery stimulus for you just because of the hydrostatic effects of the water. So getting in there for a 30-minute swim, say the day after a long run, a race, or a hard workout, really fantastic way to boost the recovery process and really help that process along. So if you enjoy swimming, if it's something that you like to do, maybe you were a swimmer before you started taking up running, or you're a triathlete, obviously swimming is going to have a big place in your training. And if you have fun with it, if you enjoy it, then I don't think it's anything that you should take away from your training. It's particularly good during the off season or during the base phase of your training cycle where the goal of performance isn't as strong. So you can do some swimming and it's going to give you that balance. It's going to help with recovery. And if you enjoy it, it's going to add a little bit more joy to your training. But if you have a big performance goal, like you're chasing a personal record or maybe you're trying to qualify for Boston, then in those situations, it's probably best to choose some cross-training that's more specific to your goals. So let's stick with cycling, let's stick with pool running, or maybe even the elliptical. But if you enjoy some swimming, there's certainly a place for it.